Welcome to the third segment of Apologia, Chapter 13. I'll tell you what, I am very glad that you guys have an open book test because some of these terms are just crazy difficult. Scientists could have named something Bob or Tim. No, they had to name it something with like 15 letters. So hopefully you won't get any hand cramps as you're writing these things down. And get ready to write some of these terms. Large intestine composed of three parts. You have the cecum, the colon, and the rectum. The cecum connects to the small intestine through what's called, so it's attached to the small intestine, what's called the ileocecal sphincter. So just like you had a sphincter to connect the stomach and the small intestine, this one connects the cecum to the small intestine. It also is attached to the appendix, though many people believe that the only function of the appendix is to blow up sometime in your 20s or 30s and cause an immense amount of pain. It does play a mysterious part in the lymphatic system. We're not quite sure all that it does, but we definitely know that it helps newborns and babies that are still within their mother's womb to be protected from disease. Kind of an interesting idea. The colon has a main purpose of defecation, elimination of feces, and it can be divided into the ascending, transverse, and descending colon. So, if I don't have a picture, essentially you have the small intestine. Kind of looks like this. You like this artistry? And here you have the ascending, because it's going upwards, the transverse, and the descending colon. And lastly, the rectum stores feces when you're not ready to expel them, and the anal sphincter makes sure that you don't randomly expel them. That would be terrible, but controls that function. It's known as large because of its diameter, not because of its length. The small intestine is actually larger in length than the large intestine. The diameter is larger in the large intestine. Accessory organs: liver, pancreas, and gallbladder. Liver creates bile, composed of the left and right lobe, and the caudate and quadrate, which are the minor lobes of the liver. Veins and arteries throughout. The functional cells of the liver. Oh, just a second. Well, I'm back. Sorry, I had a little interruption with some students. But anyway, we were talking about the functional cells of the liver. Hepatocytes is what they call them. Biological prefix meaning literally liver cells. They produce bile. Bile travels through the bile canaliculi. The liver also participates in 5 functions. These functions, I believe on your test, are a essay question. 5 functions of the liver are storage of glycogen, emulsification of lipids, phagocytosis of bacterium, detoxification of blood, and nutrient interconversion. Consider the fact that an alcoholic, the first thing that goes in their body is the liver. Well, why? Because alcohol is a toxin found in blood, and blood has to circulate through the liver to be detoxified. And, of course, if too much alcohol abuse happens, the detoxification gets more and more laborious each time that occurs. Liver brings bile to the gallbladder through the cystic duct and the common bile duct. One of these 2 ducts, if is clogged, it's called a gallstone, which are quite painful. Never had one. Never hope to have one. So, the pancreas secretes pancreatic juice through the pancreatic duct. Pancreas also secretes sodium bicarbonate, neutralizes stomach acid. So, we talked about sodium hydroxide. Sodium bicarbonate is very similar. Oh, give me a second. Again, Well, amidst the interruptions here, we'll get something done here. Sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3 combined with hydrochloric acid similarly creates a salt, and then creates one of these oxygens is taken away, creates water, and it creates, with the remaining oxygen, hope you can see that, creates CO2. To neutralize stomach acid also makes your intestines a little bubbly with air. And of course, if you eat something bad, a lot of times you have gas, and that's where the gas comes from, is from that CO2. So, fortunately, it's not hydrochloric acid. Well, I guess that I decided to record when everybody wanted a conference in my classroom, but that's okay. As you could see, hopefully, in this picture, what we were talking about last, the hydrochloric acid, sodium bicarbonate combining to form a couple different things. This production is made possible by 3 different enzymes, and I'm going to butcher the saying the names. You know, I'm not very good at that. Trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, and procarboxyl peptidase. So that wasn't too bad. And each of those prefixes and suffixes gives a little bit of a hint of what exactly it's made of. For instance, procarboxyl peptidase tells me the carboxyl group is something in chemistry made out of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. Pro meaning before, peptidase, so it's breaking down proteins. So anyways, that's one of the reasons why there's a helpful amount of Latin and Greek that you can know to get you through some of this. Continuing on, cholesterol, important lipid. Unfortunately, we probably get too much. If you like butter or Betty Crocker, you probably have eaten too much cholesterol. It can build up in your blood vessels, causing heart disease. What's kind of crazy that happens is when you have something that increases your blood pressure, there is a minute fragment, because of the red blood cells bombarding the tunica intima of the red blood cells, creates micro slits in the lining of the tunica intima. Those are filled with cholesterol, and over time they back up, which is a good reason to keep your salt intake and cholesterol intake down. Macronutrients, something you need a lot of: carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Micronutrients, something you don't need a lot of: vitamins, minerals. This is very simple stuff. Carbohydrates, such as glucose, fructose, lactose, sucrose. Carbohydrates also form long chains called polysaccharides. Starch is an example of that. Of course, if you're going to run a marathon, you're going to want to eat some polysaccharides. You're going to want long-term energy. However, if you are going to run a quick sprint, it might be a good idea to eat a pixie stick so you can have a bunch of short-term energy to do that kind of thing. A couple of fruits maybe before a lap around the soccer field in your mile running might be a good thing, but you don't have PE anymore, sadly. It's disappointing. Vitamin, any group of organic substances need in small amounts for proper function and metabolism. 2 types: water-soluble, fat-soluble. Water-soluble, easily eliminated from the body. You need to replenish those each day. Fat-soluble, accumulates in the body if ingested in excess. Consider water-soluble vitamin to be vitamin C. So if you take some orange juice, let's say you drink a liter of orange juice in the morning, it gives you plenty of vitamin C for the next couple days, but your body doesn't keep it. As soon as that water's extracted from the vitamin C. It's extracted the water-soluble vitamins. It's going to use it up very quickly. By the end of the day, they'll all be gone. You'll have to drink some orange juice tomorrow. Fat-soluble vitamin K helps clot blood, for instance. They can give you that in an injection, and it lasts for a very long time. Similar with the vitamin B vitamins. If you eat some, let's say, broccoli or liver or something that has high amounts of vitamin B, it's going to stay in you for a very long time. Nutritional needs, essential fatty acids. Your body has to take in some fatty acids. Two types of acids. Linoleic, or salad oils. And then you have alpha linolenic acids, plant oils, fish oils. Very helpful for your body. Many people believe, many scientists believe, doctors, that fish oils, for instance, can get in your bloodstream. Bring my baby over here. She needs to be a part of my anatomy stream here. And the fish oils bounce around your bloodstream, and they can actually boomerang and capture some of the cholesterol. Say hi, Ray. Can you wave to Jayla, Christiane, Titus, Jesse, and Sean? So, anyway, bulk minerals. Your body needs them in bulk. Calcium runs the channel gates. Iron makes up the hemoglobin in your blood. Magnesium also has gates within your lungs. Trace minerals, you don't need a whole lot of copper. So don't go around eating anything copper or zinc. They just need trace, have a couple of small functions as far as your nutritional needs go. That's the end of the PowerPoint. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 13, enjoyed seeing my baby. She's cute. She also has an anger problem. But as we speak, she's learning to wave, and she is almost crawling. Almost. She's going to get there. See if she'll do bye-bye. Here you go. Say bye-bye, Ray. Bye-bye? Bye-bye? Bye. We thought. Oh, well. Anyways. See you guys later. Your Chapter 13 test is on Monday. I believe we're on Chapter 13. Possibly 14. So, alright. Enjoy the rest of your senior year.